Sometimes you hear about stories in the surf world that sound so out there, it can almost feel like someone's describing another planet. Disappearing waves, reappearing waves, new coastline. What does that even look like?
Weird Waves, Episode 3.
In this episode, we travel to Poho'iki, Hawaii, a town that was reshaped by lava in 2018. The original idea was to see what one of the freshest parts of the world looks like. And of course, my brain immediately went to the creation of new waves in that process.
You know, it's just the freshest part of the island chain.
I hope you enjoy our journey as we learn about something much more grandiose than new waves or coastline.
This is a living, changing, dynamic piece of earth in the middle of the ocean. Anything can happen. Whoa. Bruh, that was all ocean.
Like you could see ocean from here?
Yeah.
This is my friend Cliff Kapono, a professional surfer who also happens to hold a PhD in chemistry. I reached out to him about the possibility of surfing new waves created by lava on the big island of Hawaii. He sighed and told me about a town called Poho'iki, about an hour away from where Cliff grew up in Hilo. Cliff loved visiting Poho'iki because it was where he thought the best waves and surfers on the island were from. That was until it was taken by lava in 2018, when Mount Kilauea's Lower East Rift Zone erupted, taking hundreds of homes and completely displacing an entire surf community. It was such a hard loss, Cliff hasn't been back here since the eruption.
This was the back road to get to the right little slab wave, and you can check it and see like, oh, it's pumping, it's gonna be big, and you're like, come over here now, you don't
Oh my gosh. That's crazy. Wow.
I'm just gonna run out and just see like.
So this happened 3 years ago?
Yeah, I haven't been down here for like 3 years. The land is different now. It's hard to say where everything was because the land looks, we're 30 feet above where we were 3 years ago. Like I don't even know how to look now anymore, really. So I think when we get closer to the ocean, we'll get a pretty good idea of how it changed. But yeah, it's pretty wild to see it like this.
Right here is where you used to park. Everybody would pull their trucks up right here. And then this would be ocean right here. My first waves on a boogie board were right over there.
So where did the sand come from?
This is all from breakdown of the lava. The current sucks this way and is just pulled, crumbled lava. This is all fresh sand. This was made during the flow.
Meet Nikoi Clearwater. Nikoi was born and raised here in Poho'iki. He had just finished building a new home for his family 2 months before the community got wiped out by lava. Nikoi and many others relocated an hour north, in Hilo, while some left the island completely. But for now, we'd like to try and piece together what Poho'iki was. Poho'iki had a variety of waves for such a small stretch of coastline that seemed to challenge its regulars on the daily.
I spent more time there than I did at home. I was always after school, straight to Poho'iki. It was like, I would surf till dark. It was just thriving with so much. The ocean was like unpredictable, super raw. It was so heavy that the wave put you in your place, and you could see the elders and the ones who was been there before me. They were charging. They had the spots mastered, and I would just watch them.
Shado and Ulu and Mikey, I'm glad they got one piece of that and shaped them into who they are kind of today. And I'm so proud because they're the only three that came out of Poho'iki. There's not going to be any more after them. That was it.
In a way, it's given me everything. It's such a special place in my heart. It's home.
Poho'iki was the most consistent surf break on the island. You're talking 300 days out of the year, you got head-high waves.
There was just such a regular crew here. It was the same people every day. If they weren't well known and well respected, it was, you sat on the shoulder and you didn't catch anything.
my world at the time, that was like the North Shore pinnacle of the island. Like, to prove yourself down at these intense waves, and someone told me it's gone.
It looked pretty post-apocalyptic, actually. Like, everything died. That's another thing people don't realize during the eruption, is like all the acid rain was killing off all the trees, and it was kind of depressing looking outside.
Wow.
It was hard throughout the entirety, but a lot of us in the community were like, we'll be okay. We're just gonna pray for Poho'iki and pray that it stays there and we'll be okay. So it's just every day, like something bad happens, you'd be like, oh, we still have Poho'iki, that's our hope. And then at the very end, right when it stopped, they got covered. So that was difficult.
You know, we came together and we surfed one last time. We didn't try to score waves, but we all just went in the water and we like were tandeming and just big, and we just were like, possibly like the last time that we ever get to be here together and surf this spot. So it was pretty gnarly, and I'm super thankful that we did that.
You know, it's just one of those things, bittersweet. You know, happy to have had it in my life and to have learned a lot. And it's still there. It's just changed.
Since I was a little kid, I geared everything. I was like, one day I'll own a home right here. I'll get to surf this every day, and this will be it. And 2 months into it, it was gone. I don't know. I'd lose my house 1,000 times to keep this place, but it's not an option anymore.
This has been a lot to digest, and I felt the need more than ever to jump in the water and get the reset I always depend on from the ocean. So we headed back up the coast to Hilo for a few waves. The beaches around here are a major contrast to Poho'iki. River mouths bring colder mountain rainwater into the lineups, darkening the water and cooling it by a few degrees. There's a variety pack of waves that are really fun, but very different to the vibe of Poho'iki. After getting a few surfs with Cliff and Nikoi here in Hilo, it was clear that reintegrating a whole surf community to a new, already crowded location can come with a laundry list of complications. But seeing the way it was happening here between Hilo and Poho'iki was a positive model of acceptance that can relate to the whole surf world. And I realized I was getting a glimpse of something the Hawaiian people have dealt with and handled for generations.
This is a living, changing, dynamic piece of earth in the middle of the ocean. Like, anything can happen. You know, like, I hope it's just we can work together as island people to know that no matter if we lose something, we can still help each other in the meantime.
Are you hanging on to hope that some of those waves would come back, like as the lava breaks down?
It's just changing right before our eyes. Like, there's an opportunity maybe for me to see that process and maybe experience something new with them. Maybe that can be our thing together, that even though we're from different parts of the island, we can still experience these new waves together.
We're about to follow Nikoi to the secret pot of gold that he's been hiding out, telling everyone there's no waves here. We might find one.
Lava exploration. We're heading up to where there's been rumors of a wave, maybe, and we're just gonna check the coast and see what we see.
I'll come out.
Got Cliff, Nikoi, and some big boards, some little boards, and we're just gonna go see if we can take off and ride in front of where the lava stopped.
This has been a roller coaster ride of a trip, from sympathizing to empathizing to witnessing something past the two. After my few days here, I have a newfound appreciation, not only for the way our world destroys as it creates, but the humanity we encounter as we live through that process. As we rounded the corner of the freshest piece of coastline on the planet, there was such a pure feeling of hope and positivity for the future between these two surf towns, or more so to what they represent. Hawaiian people. And that is something truly amazing to get to understand and witness on this journey.
Nothing like your home break. Even if it's not a rippable wave, there's just nothing that gives you that feeling.
It's another thing that I got from Poho'iki is like this bond with my friends that is gonna be lifelong. So it's like I look at them and they know what I'm going through and I know what they're going through. So that's really special, and I feel like we're just forever bonded. And
You know, change is a universal truth, so who knows, it might change again. One big earthquake, drop the reefs down and give us some mega slabs again.
And I told myself, and I thank Pele, I said, you know what, thank you. Like, thank you, because this is a sign. There's no going back. There's no going back, you know, imua. I'm moving forward.
I mean, you think about it, like what it used to be, what we surfed all the time, was one of the newest waves even then. You know, it's just the freshest part of the island chain.
The freshest part of the world, bro.
Yeah.
It's like the freshest world.
Oh, that was amazing. I'm so happy.
Kind of made me feel like, oh, I don't gotta worry about the Poho'iki boys anymore. They gotta help. I hope they're gonna share this thing with me when it turns on.
We're back.
We're back. Oh, I'm so good, bro.